What's up, everybody, and welcome into a mock draft show here on Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my always mocking co-hosts, Joey Wright and Tim Wright. How's it going, guys?
2 thumbs up. 3 if I had them. Out of 5, though.
And how many?
Good.
2 thumbs up, 3 if you had them out of 5 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My mom's cat just walked in the room. And she shaved it like a lion. And its skin's like all velvety, and it really creeps me out.
For a moment, I thought you meant the cat shaved something like a lion. I was trying to figure out what the object of that sentence was, but then I realized the cat was the object. Your mom did the shaving. The cat looks like a lion.
Go grammar.
Grammar. We got Scampers in here ready to mock draft with us. And guys, we are mock drafting a 1 quarterback startup mock draft today. We got 4 spots left, 3 spots left in this draft. One of them just got claimed. Looks like Big Dylan joining us in there. So if you want to draft with us, we got 3 spots left, slot 6, slot 7, and slot 11. The link is in the chat. Join in and mock with us. The spot right next to Scampers is still available. So if you want to snipe Scampers throughout the entire draft, that spot can be yours. And the spot next to Tim is available, meaning if you want to snipe Tim, you can grab that spot as well. There's gold on the board. We got Craig in here ready for mock draft. Guys, I'm going to be honest. I've listened to Yakko's Countries of the World, and I just died in your arms tonight, probably 30 times each today. It has been one of those days. But melodramatically studious. Is that how you would describe your mood? We got Dave in the chat with the oi, 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 oi. And Mr. Scampers in here said, must have been something I said. Madagascar, maybe? Maybe it was. Dave down here. What's up, Toronto? Dave. Shout out Dave from the Toronto area. And Scampers letting us know they got a Nickelodeon ad.
Ooh.
Craig with a frog fuel protein powder ad. And Mr. Scampers offended that Joey moved.
So, Scampers, I want to explain why I moved. There has been a menace in our draft rooms recently. So I moved between you and Tim so that I wouldn't be near that menace that likes to snipe my players to be funny. So I moved between 2 people that I trust that if they snipe me, they're taking it for value and not for comedic sake.
Oh, too late. you just put yourself into such a hole.
Okay.
Your team's gonna be so good.
Did anybody watch Vanderpump Rules last night?
Did not watch Vanderpump Rules last night.
I watched it with my wife, and there was like a big scandal. It was crazy. I don't usually watch reality television, but it's been building to it all year. So yeah.
Check it out. I do love reality TV, and I will stand by the fact that all NFL fans should also be reality television fans. It's if you like the NFL, the same things you like about it, just in a different way, are in reality TV. It's the best.
Yeah,
we've been watching, especially football. It's the best reality TV.
1 spot. Oh, wait, 2 spots left. I thought there was only 1.
Well, guys, we're going to get started in a minute here, whether these spots are full or not. If not, we're going to have a couple robots drafting in here with us, but I would prefer to have 2 more of you guys join us.
That'd be pretty cool.
Well, we do it every day. We live in the future. We've got 1 spot left now. Humbert Goltz joining us and moving right next to Tim. Snipe them over there. No, I'm going to give this 1 more second. 3, 2, 1. Did not show up. We're going to go ahead and start this draft. While I'm starting this, I'll explain how the roster construction for this league works. It is going to be 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, 2 flex, and then, of course, the truncated bench, only 3 since we're doing a mini version of the draft here for 12 rounds. In a normal draft, this would probably have another 10 rounds onto it minimum. We'd be in the 20-plus round range. Hey, Swamp saying hi, Tim.
Hey, Swamp.
What's up, Swamp? How you doing? Okay. Oh, I'm on the clock now, aren't I?
Yeah. Talk to yourself. That's your move.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Simon, what would you want to do with this pick now that you usually like going wide receiver, but the clear top 2 wide receivers are off the board?
Just take McCaffrey. Do it, you coward. I know you're going to do it.
Bijan Robinson.
You did it. You did it. You did
I'm going to take Bijan Robinson. I took the 3rd pick as a forcing mechanism to do something like this. It's one of the few picks in the draft in 1 quarterback dynasty where I feel like the value is it's the running back. It's Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
Also, we got scampers in here saying I like background music. We can get some feeding the ducks in here if we want to.
Ooh, can we?
Oh, absolutely. Let's get some feeding the ducks in here.
Oh yeah.
Is it not loading? Is it not updating the draft board? There we go.
Showing on the app.
Tim, are you comfortable with Bijan Robinson this early in a dynasty league, even though we haven't seen him take a single snap in the NFL?
I'm not. Exactly because of that. I think it's likely going to be fine, given the Falcons' volume at rushing. So I think he's going to be a stud, but I don't generally trust rookie running backs. And I usually like to at least make the playoffs year one. So it's something that I probably wouldn't do if it was maybe around pick 5, pick 6. Then I'd probably do it. But I get nervous about young running backs. There's too much value at running back later down.
Joey, are you? Do you feel similarly to Tim on this, or are you more comfortable with
No
Bijan
scampers?
value?
God damn it!
It's gonna be fun.
It happens every
I'm
time.
fine. I'm actually a-okay with Bijan at the 103. I think that's the perfect spot for him. I would not take him with the 101. I would not take him with the 102.
Would you take him with the 103, or is there a different player?
I would take him with the 103. That's exactly who I'm taking.
Next player I was considering was. I feel like there's a lump there. My favorite is CeeDee Lamb, but it is that Jalen Waddle, CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown lump in it. It just feels like a drop off in value.
Oh, Tim doesn't like who he's
I
taking.
just keep doing it. God damn it. I need to switch spots at some point because all of these builds keep happening like this.
But if you're going for the most points, like you can hardly argue against Tyreek Hill being worth this value. He's older. That's the argument, right?
Yeah.
Like, but besides that, what's the argument against Tyreek Hill as a fantasy value?
I think he's going to be the wide receiver one this year. So let's go win it.
Overall
I
in
guess.
fantasy?
I think so. Yeah.
Love it. If Tua is healthy.
Yeah. I mean, he was on pace. So was Cooper Kupp, and he got injured. So I had to toss it between them two.
Also, Craig said we should have different duck-themed music. Eating the ducks, hunting the ducks, seducing the ducks. Yeah, let's explore this. We'll turn this off for a moment. Joey.
Don't ask me what
Which one?
the duck sounds like.
Which one would you like to do?
I mean, I feel like we just had Seducing the Ducks on.
Feeding the ducks?
Yeah.
What are we feeding them?
I'm telling you, because that song started and I was wearing shorts and I just looked down and they were gone. I don't even remember taking them off. But
I was about to share a fact about duck penises that I thought I knew, but
they're a corkscrew.
Okay, that's what it was, but I wasn't confident enough in that fact to say out loud, ducks have corkscrew penises.
Mm-hmm.
That's
why they call me the duck.
Also, we got Dave in here saying sniping scamps. Yeah, scamps always in here making good freaking picks.
Oh, good pick, Craig. Craig, you're on the mark. That Garrett Wilson pick. Look at you go.
Man, the nice thing about one quarterback dynasty is it starts blue and green and looks so nice. And then someone's going to come in here and draft yellow or red and ruin this entire thing.
Oh, crap. Oh, no.
Come on, Huber. Don't make me sad. Make me happy.
I'm trying to think who Joey wants of the players left.
Ooh, this is fun. Let's play this game. I have 2 players in my queue. Can you name 2 of them?
I have 2 players in my queue. Can you name both?
JSN and ETN. I don't know. ETN's way too far down. My bad. JSN, though. I could see that. Yeah. Okay.
Kenneth Walker.
Who's?
Oh, no, I'm really out on Kenneth Walker. His dynasty value, I think, through the draft fell harder for me than anyone else. It really, that Zach Charbonnet pick really
not tickling your fancy.
No, I'm gonna get one of my 2 guys, and now I don't know which one to go with.
Tim took yellow.
I saw Bijan win at the 103. I'm gonna take Gibbs. In that Detroit offense, I really believe in what they're doing there. And if I can get him, 13, 14 picks after Bijan Robinson, I'm pretty happy. I like Bijan more, but yeah. So Lamb and Gibbs.
We've been wildly excited about the Lions offense as a community, as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
We've been excited for DeAndre Swift in spite of injuries the past couple years, and now they spend this high of draft capital on a running back. I was like, this is odd when they made the pick. Then they traded Swift, and it seems like as good of a landing spot as you could have for a player like Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm working on a piece right now about the it's included the Lions offense is in there. And it does feel like the Detroit Lions offense was so great last year, but you look at the one part that they really didn't utilize in the passing game. They didn't really use their running backs in the passing game. So they go out and get David Montgomery, who's a great pass catching running back. And they get Jahmyr Gibbs, who's another great pass catching running back. I think the Lions offense is going to take another step forward this year by just the addition of those two guys.
We got Dave down here agreeing with you, saying, I don't hate that Gibbs pick, Joey. Mm-hmm. And Dame absolutely livid that all the good players are being taken.
Brocow just took my other player, was Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs and Jahmyr Gibbs were the two.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, this does look similar to other builds you've done here with Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill to start it off.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously Kupp and Diggs are staring at me in the face, but Diggs, I don't know.
Staring at me in the face.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Usually it's in the chest hair, but this time it was in the face. But Diggs, I might be cooling off a little bit just because 4 games out of the year he's got to go against some pretty decent corners and defenses. So if you're trying to get me to bank on, the other 12 games of the season, 10 games of the season, it could work out. But if you're taking a chunk out of the season already, just off of 2 teams being pretty solid in the same division, it might actually take a little bit of the edge off. So
I don't mind to start like this.
Yeah.
Simon, look at you.
You take the value as it comes to you. And then, Tim, I'm building the exact opposite team right now, which is more uncomfortable for me. Just Bijan Robinson and JSN to start my draft off. I started young, so I'll continue drafting that way. But that being said, I still don't feel forced to draft a win for the future team or to be drafted away from older players. Bijan, I'm expecting top 10 is a conservative estimate for where he could end up this season. You're expecting massive volume for him coming in with where they drafted him. And then JSN, while maybe not a wide receiver 1, he could be a wide receiver 3 with wide receiver 2 upside given the slot work in Seattle. So there's still value. I don't have to hide from the old guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Back on the clock. Let's see if I do hide from them. Nah.
We're going to draft.
Ooh, Najee Harris right here. I wish ETN had been there. That would have made me much happier.
Swamp, no. Swamp, stop it.
Ooh.
Stop it, Swamp.
Team 6. What a pick, Team 6.
Right. Patrick Mahomes.
No! Damn it. I wanted that.
I had a feeling you were going to draft him. If you
I was hoping for it so badly.
You sneaky person, Dame. Sneaky, sneaky Dame.
Also, Scamper said Robot has a sexy start.
I mean,
Austin Eckler, Cooper Kupp, Patrick Mahomes. It's the redraft wet dream is what that is.
As I was assembling the team, it does seem like I am trying to win now. I'll be the voice of the robot for this mock draft.
Thanks, Joey. That was like a playful children's show robot. Well, like he would be.
I was doing Clonky from Pee Wee's Playhouse. So
were you?
You're right on mark.
We got Victor in here. What's up, Victor? Said, "What's up, bro? Chachos at the gym while hearing a mock live draft. LFG, smash that like button.
Getting swole. All right,
Victor. One more rep, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
weights.
Lift it higher. Tim, you know, some encouragement.
I'm gonna try something here. I never do this.
Quarterback?
I'm taking a quarterback.
Oh, damn it. You taking Jalen Hurts. You better not. Damn it. Robot.
The robot didn't do it.
No, but the robot started it.
Oh. No, Swamp started it with Josh Allen.
Craig said, wait, is the robot on the show too just hiding? Where did that come from? Oh, Joey is a robot. That makes more sense.
Oh, this spot is gross. I don't like it here.
Joey left. You know what I realized during the real Dynasty startup draft that I was in the other day, Tim? I got really uncomfortable after round 12. I was super comfortable with all my picks through 12 rounds. And then we got to round 13 and all of a sudden it became super painful. And I was like, what the hell? And I was like, oh, this is where my practice ended.
Yep.
That makes sense with you and team 6 are like, let's fight.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think my next pick is going to be full tilt. If this person makes it around the corner. So.
Oh, I like that Kyle Pitts pick.
Yeah.
Craig is putting together, I think, my favorite team so far.
Sneaky. I like Scamper's team. I like Swamp's team. We got some good teams in here.
Yeah.
My team's so boring.
Casey with the Breece Hall, Josh Jacobs, and Joe Burrow is a fun start. I want to see how they build out those wide receivers.
Man, this is definitely the quickest quarterbacks have gone off our board in a draft. That ADP that Sleeper put up there, they pushed some quarterbacks up there a little high.
I also think once you see, I think Joe Burrow and Mahomes going so soon after Allen, pushed it up. It's a little more urgent.
Don't do it, Tim.
Oh, I'm absolutely doing this.
Damn it!
Yes!
You are a jerk.
Not letting you have it. You took mine. I take yours.
Man.
I take yours.
Oh no!
Snip, snap.
Oh, Tim.
I don't get my stack. You don't get yours.
I wanted a stack. I've never reached for a quarterback. Can I trade out of this pick? I don't even know what to do anymore.
J-Wall wants to know, can you pause the draft and give me team 6? You snooze, you lose, primarily because I don't know how, and that would probably take about 3 minutes of struggling on camera to figure it out. We got our friend Dietrich in here with a question for us. What's up, Dietrich? So what's up, gents? Who'd you be targeting if you wanted to trade away Chris Godwin in Dynasty? So around what value for Chris Godwin would you be looking for in return? Interesting question, Dietrich. Tim, is there a tier of players that you would be looking at if you were trying to trade away Chris Godwin?
Godwin, he confuses me. I mean, he just looked it up. He's still only 27, and I'm not sure what his contract situation is. But if he's able to get out of Tampa Bay, you could suddenly see. It's not like it's even a resurgence of Chris Godwin. He's been a stud for the past few years. Gosh, I think it's like depends what you're looking for. Like, do you just want like a younger wide receiver? He's still pretty young, but I could understand maybe trying to go younger than maybe. I'd find an old running back, honestly, depending on the construction.
Like a Nick Chubb.
Yeah, that would be. I would take that. Like if I'd like it for an old running back. I'd take that any day.
I didn't think about that, but I think like you could probably get that done for like a Nick Chubb range player, maybe. Who else is in that range? Like Derrick Henry, you could probably get that done for.
I don't know about Henry. That might be a little high on the ass.
I think that might be a little high.
Yeah.
What do you think about like a J.K. Dobbins?
I'd rather have Godwin.
Yeah.
I don't think Godwin's going to be terrible with Baker, to be honest with you. I don't think he'll be as good as he was with whoever the guy was before. Was it? I forget his name.
Yeah.
Whoever that guy was. I don't think he'll be as good as Tim Brady. But I still expect Godwin to have a good season. I wonder if you could get Tony Pollard. I know that's kind of a high ask, but
if that person's not on Twitter,
that's true.
That's what I'm going to do.
But yeah,
we talked about being excited for the Ravens offense today on the show. So I'm and then I said I'm going to draft whichever one goes last. And then now I just got really excited and clicked the plus button on Zay Flowers instead. I said I'm going to take the value. I know there's going to be value in that Ravens offense. I'm just going to wait, and whichever wide receiver makes it the furthest, that's the one I'm going to draft.
Mr. Scampers is going nuts right now. That is a fun team. That's great.
My kind of team.
I absolutely hate taking Jalen Hurts where I did. It's made me cough.
I was about to say, I can tell you hate it. You're having a physical rejection to making that pick. Well, you don't like the way it's making your team shape out or something?
No, I mean, I have one wide receiver, and maybe because I'm just not used to it. We'll see how it pans out. Maybe I shouldn't jump to conclusions.
I can't wait to draft Anthony Richardson away from you in like a couple of rounds.
I'm not going to take him now.
Well, yeah, I know, but how good is that going to feel for me when I get him?
It's going to feel really good for you. I'm going to love that journey for you, Tim.
Yeah.
Dame now with a smorgasbord of colors on her team. Mark Andrews, Ramondre Stevenson, Lamar Jackson.
What's it like to get a stack, Dame? I wouldn't know because people have prevented me from having it today.
What's up, JL? Welcome. And then he said, nobody eats. Huh. Nobody eats. Also, Dave said, Spite Stack Snipe. Spite Stack Snipe. SSS. Also, Dame want to know any strong opinions on a trade of Chubb for Pittman and Mims in Dynasty? Joey, would you trade Chubb for Pittman and Mims?
Yep. I'd rather have Pittman and Mims over Nick Chubb. I think that Michael Pittman is going to be outstanding with Anthony Richardson. Once they get on the same page, what is going on? I might need to get a cough drop. Once they get on the same page, I think Pittman's going to kind of start to approach that wide receiver one range. Then Marvin Mims, it's kind of a crowded wide receiver room there in Denver, but if Courtland Sutton's on his way out, which it seems like he is, I don't think Marvin Mims has any trouble outplaying Tim Patrick. So, I like that trade a lot for you.
Tim, are you on the Pittman and Mims side or are you on the Chubb side?
Yeah, it hurts my feelings to give away Chubb. I'm not as high on Pittman. For some reason, just something about the Colts just doesn't agree with me and receivers. I understand that he's been good. It doesn't click in my brain. And there's certain players and certain teams that don't do that. McLaurin is another one. Like, I understand that he's good, but there's just something there that is going to make me pass on him if I'm doing a one-to-one thing. So Chubb for 2 pieces there in Dynasty, that's good value. Even I'd do that.
Yeah, I like Nick Chubb. But I'm a fan of this value. You get 2 young players. Michael Pittman last year, I think because it was a weird season, people forget how highly ranked he was. He was widely considered a top 12 Dynasty wide receiver and redraft wide receiver going into last season. But I like that trade. I think it's fair. I don't think it's lopsided, but I do really like the wide receiver side. Jay Wall saying, Joey, shut up and kiss me.
Good Lord, Team 6.
Wow. I was talking about you earlier on the show, Jay Wall.
Jay wants to know, Simon and Tim, either of you interested in Pollard and where you at?
No, I have literally 1,000 amazing running backs.
I think all of my running backs are 37, if I'm not mistaken, so I'll trade you one of those guys. I need to look, but I have vague interest in Pollard to play it cool. Scampers in here said, thank you, Tim. You're fun, too.
That's a fun draft.
And Victor saying, Joey, I told you to throw away those cigarettes.
I just can't. I just keep smoking them.
Joey,
That's
you just
drafted kids. Don't smoke.
Don't smoke cigarettes. Joey, you just drafted a player that Tim described as just not being able to get behind. What about Terry McLaurin? Is it the talent? Like Tim admitted, I know he's good. Or do you think the situation is improving?
Yeah, I mean, it's his talent. Look, he's done incredible things with crappy quarterbacks. And yes, I'm talking about you, Carson Wentz. But no, I think with Sam Howell, he could be really great. And I'm happy to take him in the 5th round. I'd much rather have had Devonta Smith. But once again, people are preventing me from having that tonight.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Don't worry, Tim. You have 13 non-pressured filled seconds.
Okay, sweet. That's sweet. Sweet.
Whew. I don't hate that pick. I like that pick for you.
I think for this team, it makes sense. I was obviously looking at Kamara, but the suspension is looming. I need to have that production the whole season. And I think Kamara could make it back around. So
I just drafted Kamara in like the 7th round of a dynasty league as my 3rd running back.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I was like, no, I can't draft him. no, I can't draft him. Then it came back in. I was like, no, like it's still Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Like it's still Alvin freaking Kamara. Also, Dame down here saying, I actually turned down the trade for Chubb. I have Pittman and Anthony Richardson.
Damn it.
Nice, Dame. Well, that story got even better.
I was hoping Ridley was going to make it, but Craig is too smart.
Took my next receiver I was thinking of taking.
Who did? Craig Ruth?
No, who?
Reith. Sorry.
Humbert.
What's up, Humbert? Taking Jerry Jeudy. You're in on Jerry Jeudy? You're buying the Sean Payton, Russell Wilson resurgence, and Judy's the guy?
Jeudy had a good season last year. It's kind of quiet good season. I'm not out on him at all.
No. And he's done exactly what was promised, which was run the cleanest routes, right? Like that's what we were told he was going to do, and that hasn't been a problem for him in the NFL. Tim, you've got a lot of older talent on your team, but like I don't think anyone can argue it's arguably the strongest team like going into this season. But then like you're still building around a young piece like Devonta Smith, like a first round draft pick wide receiver, so it's still open.
Yeah, I guess. Kind of fits in now. You know, we talked about him a little bit. I'll go this route. I like balance, and I needed another. Obviously, need another receiver for a roster build. So let's go for it.
I like both of those picks. Joey, you drafted DJ Moore there. Are you?
I did.
Are you buying that there's going to be more to go around in Chicago, or just that he's going to be the main guy?
I think yes to the second part. I think he's going to be the main guy in Chicago. So he has relied on a lot of volume to get the numbers that he had in Carolina, even with bad quarterback play. So I think it'll be interesting to see what he does in Chicago. I'm glad that his ADP has slipped a little bit lower than what it was. He was going around the third or fourth round, and I was not going to take him there. But in the sixth round, I'll happily take him.
He was the one I was going between.
But you ultimately went with Godwin, which Godwin has been or shown a higher ceiling in fantasy. That was with Tom Brady, though. But Baker Mayfield has shown his ability to support fantasy wide receivers, at least in his rookie campaign in the year they went to the playoffs.
Yeah, and Godwin had to deal with our favorite Bozo McGee and Jameis Winston.
Famous Jameis.
Slinging it, baby.
Dude, LASIK Jameis was the best NFL like conspiracy hope hype train ever. Was like his eyes are fixed. Watch out. Somehow the lasers in the eyes, like the logic was lasers in eyes, surely less interceptions, but won't affect touchdown numbers. Like
it made so much sense.
Now not see quadruple coverage, but only see double coverage.
No. I was hoping a little bit for him to be successful because it was fun watching Jameis as a starting quarterback, and his presence on the sideline is something.
I was looking at Fields too.
I like the value that Brocal got on Justin Fields.
That's a great pick.
I really hate my Jalen Hurts pick. Just absolutely hate it.
I'm worried about your wide receivers, Brocal, but who cares when you look at the rest of your team?
Yeah.
And Stephon Diggs staying correct. And something I'm realizing as I'm like going through these drafts is come around 12, 13, 14, there are no running backs I'm excited about. There are 10 to 20 wide receivers I'm still like happy to draft, would put into a starting fantasy lineup. Not at running back.
Oh, man.
Also, we got the Humbert in here saying, I've been playing fantasy football since 2015, but only redraft leagues. This is my first year initiating on Dynasty. It's a bit difficult to change how we value the assets. I think my my biggest piece of advice, because I did the opposite when I started, was not to change it too much. Don't overcorrect for age. You want to adjust a little bit, but I went over the top, and I think some people can, but I also tend to play a little bit more age agnostic in Dynasty.
Dynasty's a few redraft seasons in a row. That's it. Simplify it. Just cut it in. You're like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Let's see. Where do I want to go here? So many options. I'm going to take my quarterback. I see them going. I want one of what I consider to be that top tier of young quarterback on my team. There's only 2 left that I really put in that tier, so I'm going to take
better not
Tua Tagovailoa as my QB.
I hate it here.
I gotta say, like,
I hate it here.
watching me tilt is kind of fun, but Tim might be a better tilter than I am because it's infinite sadness.
Tim's had some legendary tilt moments in our friendship. The pinball. I've seen Tim tilt over Xbox pinball.
Oh my god, dude! None of that made sense. Like Luke would have 20,000 points, and I'd be at like the game's to like 100,000, and I have like 85,000, and then just like with one ping pong or pinball thing, he just had 1,000,000 points. I'm like, what the hell happened there? Like that. Frustrating. I threw my controller a couple times for that. Broke it. But then I figured it out.
Also, Jail said, damn, Tim, that was the clearest way I've ever heard that idea expressed. Which idea? Does anyone know what idea he's referring to?
I don't know.
Jail, help us out here because I want to know now what Tim described so clearly.
Crap.
And I'm back on the clock. And now this pick is harder than the last one that I made.
Well, joke's on you. I'm going to get Anthony Richardson anyway.
There's not what I want to do here. There's not what I want to do here.
What is this?
I really wish the guy that I want to draft here wasn't suspended for gambling. I'm going to take Amari Cooper. They're close in value to me.
Damn it. Fair mouth. No, I wanted him to come back too. Damn it. All right, now I'm going to full tilt. I got to think about what Joey's going to do after this next pick.
Oh, also, JL said Dynasty is just a couple redraft seasons in a row.
Yeah.
Also, the Humber said, right now, I'm not that comfortable with my draft at the moment. I like your draft so far.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I actually think this is a great dynasty build. You're building around young wide receivers, which are easier. They maintain value longer in dynasty. You've got Jonathan Taylor that you got in the first round and a young high upside running back in J.K. Dobbins a little bit later.
Simon, you talk a lot. And Jameson Williams just went off the board, and that's your fault.
Thank goodness.
That's my fault.
Yeah, because you said, I wish my guy had got suspended for 6 games for gambling. Last name Williams.
First name Jameson. Middle name the greatest.
First name Joey Snipe.
We got Casey D. Russ. How would you guys say that name?
What?
Jim.
Also, Jesse in here said so many people are scared of drafting Tua. I'm not scared of drafting Tua. I understand the concerns, but it would be a PR nightmare. Like, let's just look at, they care about money and they care about the success of their teams and the image of their teams. If Tua wasn't in a healthy state or a safe place to play, or it was truly as dangerous as like we initially thought, I don't think they would be as exuberant about declaring how safe it is for him to play, because the amount of egg that would be on their face. Scampers drafting Anthony Richardson with that pick.
I was actually going to do that and then talk about trading Jalen Hurts.
I mean, that's a fun strategy. I've never traded a pick mid draft. Not that you would during this draft, but I mean just in general. Like, I've never traded out of a pick for what? I have no idea how to value that. That's something I need to get better at.
And I usually do it poorly. Almost always. Also, Joey, who do you hate drafting next to more, me or Tim?
You.
Also, the Humbert in here said, since 2015, I just can't win my redraft league. My dad's friends are just too good. Well, this is the year, Humbert. This is the year your dad's friends pay.
Pick. I like that.
I almost went somewhere else.
Tallahassee?
No, I will never go to Tallahassee. I would have been tempted to go to a New Orleans Scott Fish Bowl draft if I get invited to the Scott Fish Bowl this year. But that would mean I have to drive by Tallahassee down I-10, and I don't know if I ever want to do that again.
Scampers down here going, my Cam Akers and Joey Jalen Hurts. I'm guessing picks you regret making in this draft. I'm indifferent to that Cam Akers pick. Can't tell you how I feel.
You're going to be indifferent all year to him.
Yep.
I think Dave Richer got a big kick out of your being indifferent to Cam Akers comment.
Committing to it.
Did you win fortune today, Simon?
Yes, I did win fortune today.
You booger.
Yeah, I'm a booger. I'm a boogery boy full of boogers.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many boogers in my body right now. Where do they come
Craig
from?
likes to take tight ends. Like that man. If he was an NFL coach, he'd be running 2 tight end sets all the time.
I hate that.
Oh, yeah. If you were a coach, you'd be running 2 tight end sets all the time. That's like a pickup line. If you're still out there on Tinder, use that one and then send us the results.
I never got to do like the Tinder and the swipings and stuff. But one of my buddies was going through a divorce and he would let me pick his Tinder dates. So I would sit at the sports bar and be like, I would swipe people for him.
You got to participate.
Yeah. I got to participate in the not fun part of it. So he got to go on all the dates.
I got to experience that portion of technology coinciding with dating.
Tim's been swiping while he's been on the show, so
that's true.
I did my fair share of swiping in college. I'm good. Also, the Humber down here saying, well, let's hope so. Well, with that Jahan Dotson pick, I like that pick down here in the 8th round. Joey took Terry McLaurin in the 5th round, Jahan Dotson going in the 8th. Tim, which value would you prefer, McLaurin in the 5th or Dotson in the 8th?
I mean, I've kind of expressed my feelings on McLaurin, so I would go with Dotson in the 8th.
I would as well.
Yep.
We got Victor down here saying, I'll use it, Simon. I'll get back to y'all. Be right back. Yeah, let us know how that line works. Also, Dame down here saying Joey did the draft, but his friend got the wins and losses. Swiping at the bar. Hey, you just showed him did the draft for him.
Oh, man, that would be a wildly interesting draft. You draft a team, but you don't know whose team it's going to be.
So everybody is given a draft spot.
Yeah.
And they all draft, and then all the teams are randomized.
Oh, man.
Tim just came up with the idea. You are all given a draft slot. But that is not your team, but you don't know whose team it is. It may be your team. So you just draft an entire team. And then at the end of the draft, the teams are randomly assigned and you play the league.
Oh God.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's run a league like that.
Damon here said, dude, Tim, genius.
I would draft, but does everybody just draft the worst team possible and then go to the free agency? You gotta draft it seriously.
Do you start drafting the one good team to make people scared? Know what I mean? Like if there's only one good one, like you're planting a bomb in the mix if you're doing that.
Yes.
Oh my God. That is an awesome idea, Tim.
Whoever gets my team back, why do I have all these sexy boys on my team?
Look at all these nice smiles from Simon's team.
Darren Waller, Trey Lance. we've just got a bunch of handsome men on my team. Toronto Dave down here saying the Kansas City Shuffle League. Yeah, we'll call it that. And Scamper saying, or randomly assign the rounds. Oh, Swamp, you stinky man. That is exactly who I was targeting in the next round.
I like Mingo.
And the Humber down here saying, are you making a new startup? Fill me up a spot if you do. We're probably going to do a listener league this year. We've talked about a couple different ways to do it. So we'll keep you updated on those details as it gets closer to the season.
Watch to join our listener league, which makes no sense. Should it be a watcher league?
Our watching our league. I don't want any of these players. Is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll take Mike Williams. You talked me into it.
You talked me into it.
Gosh, at this point, there's literally no quarterback that I want.
You could go zero quarterback, truly.
Yeah, and be fine.
You just don't need it. Go into the championship week rocking a roster with only 9 starters instead of 10.
Confidence,
whoa. Did somebody take him?
Who are you looking for?
I ain't going to say it on stream.
Well, if he's gone.
Way down there. Shouldn't be.
Also, Swamp said, nah, Tim. There's a QB. At least I have faith in. Wonder who it is.
Who could I have had
instead of Jalen Hurts? Talking about.
Could have taken Kyle Pitts. Yeah.
I know who he's talking about. He's talking about
Mike White, for sure.
Mac Jones.
Macaroni.
I had a fun little exercise this week. I went and looked at all my best ball teams that I draft before there were bye weeks. Did a lot of Dalton Schultz, Chico Conquo stacks for tight ends. Not going to be a good week 7 for me. So.
At any point,
Simon's gone. Now we're taking over the show. What do you want to talk about, Tim?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Wieners.
Okay. Well, fun fact: in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3,
there's a wiener.
Or 4.
4. Wow.
Yeah. Aliens are weird, dude.
There's a wiener right there if I've ever seen one. Got him.
Got it. Also, Mr. Scammer's down here saying Watchiner sounds like an old wooden ship. The Watchiner. It also sounds like a villain from like a shitty fantasy like series that you'd find on Amazon Prime that was made in 2004. Fear the Watchiner, for he is coming.
I'm watching you.
I sit up on the hill with my binoculars that I bought in the 1970s, and I watching you.
And they're like, that guy's just a bird person. No.
There's a Christmas special, and it's like, he watching you when you're sleeping.
It's so creepy.
He watching you when you're awake.
He can see and hear you snoring.
No, I auto-drafted. I was so busy talking about the Watchiner that I auto-drafted Dalton Schultz, damn it. How do I take off auto-draft?
I don't know.
Oh God, this is a nightmare. Dalton Schultz added to my squad. Thank you very much. I guess I needed a tight end. Joey, how do you feel about Dalton Schultz on his new landing spot on the Houston Texans?
You know, I kind of do like it. You know, I have said that I like when a rookie quarterback gets a safety blanket, and Schultz did really well in Dallas, and I think he'll transition well with CJ Stroud there in Houston because they don't really have a clear-cut wide receiver 1 right now.
No,
and Schultz is probably the most experienced receiver. Now, I do like Tank Dell a lot. Maybe I shouldn't say that quite so loud because we're in a draft, but
you mean Bank Bell?
Bank Bell.
Also, we got Casey on repeat saying, I wouldn't normally take QB like I did Joe Burrow there, especially in Dynasty. But, Casey, I'm seeing more and more, if you want a quarterback like Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen in Dynasty, this is where they're starting to go. Like a couple years ago, they weren't, but the draft trends are changing. The value of a stud young quarterback in Dynasty has never been higher. So if you want that guy,
have him for a long time.
You got to draft him
there. Stress out. Oh gosh, it feels so good. You're just like, oh yeah, my quarterback is set. I can just draft all the fun players now. Like I love it.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's why I drafted Travis Kelce in the first round of every Dynasty league I was in the past 3 years. Like I don't worry in those leagues. Travis Kelce's in my tight end slot. Done. Also, Scamper's down here saying, I cried. Guardians got me in my emotions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. Do I need to catch up first and watch all the other movies that I've missed?
Nah, watching this one. You saw Endgame, you're good enough.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Also, Humbert saying I'm in for the Watchiner league. Let's make it happen.
Oh, God.
I'm just imagining like every episode's a shitty spit.
Oh, God damn it.
Also, Craig said, careful, no Robert Wood slander, Joey.
Bobby Trees.
Also, Swamp said, you mean my 69th draft pick?
Swamp, you naughty boy. You belong.
Is that why you picked the 4th overall pick, Swamp, so that you could make pick number 69? Oh, wait. No, he's saying somebody else was Mr. 69th draft pick. Who was drafted 69th overall? Tank Dell. That's who it was.
That's right.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. I got there, Swamp. Sorry. Brain's moving a little slow.
What will Scampers do? Will he snipe Joey? No, he will not.
Ooh.
I'm going to take someone I don't really even like, but I'm just kind of surprised they're still here. Toby
Flenderson.
Don't do it. No, you god damn it.
It's truly the sweetest sound in a draft room. The desperation, the shrieking, it's just beautiful. Brings a tear to my eye. Now, if who I want here gets sniped, I'm gonna have a little hissy fit. Especially if it's Craig, because he would have no need to take this player.
I'm gonna take your tight end, Joey.
You are?
Yeah. I don't care now.
Do you have one? Oh, you turd. You got me old. Don't take a tight end. It would be so pointless for you to take my tight end.
His tight end is like 32.
That's true. I need to think about the future.
Oh.
Are
you buying into the Antonio Gibson hype, Simon?
God, it's so hard for me not to because I bought in so hard initially, but the thing that's keeping me from doing it is I've heard this exact hype before. Like not a version of it, but the exact sentence, the Christian McCaffrey comparisons. And it didn't happen last time. So I think he's talented. I just don't see a world given the other running backs on the roster where he's gonna have the role that could put him near what the hype's giving him now. But at this point, 9th round, I'll buy into the hype for a 9th round.
And 9th round, I'm all for it.
Like if that's the hype, then yeah, I'm in. If the hype gets him up to like rounds 5, 6, I'm entirely out.
All right, one of you two knuckleheads is gonna do it.
Humbert or Tim? Who's it gonna be? Humbert and Tim drafting in a tree, trying to snipe our friend Joey.
Well, that was a rhyme.
Pretty good.
That was like bars. You were doing bars there.
I was doing bars. Yeah, that's what I always say. Let's do some bars, guys. Right before they wrap. Joey, that was one of the funniest moments. You were so down to participate in whatever it was. You thought we were doing drugs, but we were just rapping, and you were down either way.
Yeah.
Also, Swamp down here saying, I like Reith's team, Craig Reith's team. It's
You're okay. You didn't take him.
Took Evan Ingram. I do like Craig's team.
For a reach.
Conquo. I knew it.
Yep.
Also, Geek down here. What's up, Geek? Saying, what's good, FYF, folks? Enjoying the mock. Nice team, Joey. Likes Joey's team so far.
Jalen Hurts may regret it. Actually, now the team's panned out, it's not so bad.
Joey, with the wide receivers you got late, DJ Moore especially, I don't mind the Jalen Hurts pick as much.
Yeah, I don't know which 4 of those I'm going to play every week, but I'm going to play 4 of them. I'm kind of committed to that. I like Pacheco a lot. I think Jerick McKinnon just coming back to Kansas City. I think that bodes well for Pacheco. I think they like what they saw last year out of him. I know I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh, Kyler, that's very interesting, Scampers, with Anthony Richardson and Kyler Murray. I would love it if we knew Kyler was starting the season off, because I feel like Richardson, he's a rookie quarterback. He might have a slow start, but I don't know. I'm just so hyped for Richardson. Like,
I'm excited. Swamp down here saying, Joey, I had Chig in my queue just to snipe you.
Thank you, Swamp. It means you care.
So you had to take Chig there. It was a good call.
Here's the thing. I feel like I've reached on Chig in every draft, and I don't understand why I'm reaching for him. Like, he's a top 10 tight end for me. He should be being drafted as such, and he's not. And I understand this is Dynasty, but then again, in Dynasty, it's his second year in the league. Doesn't make sense.
I I don't understand why some of the rookie tight ends are going ahead of him. I would prefer Chigakonkwo over almost I think every rookie tight end, but I also am less patient with dynasty assets. We got scammers in here saying 50 million spots behind ADP. I'll take Kyler Murray.
Hey Simon, what was the name of that Tyler Boyd mashup from earlier today?
Not Tyler Boyd RD.
I thought you were gonna say Tyler Boyd are us with like a bunch of yeses.
Tyler Boyd are us. No, I was going like, would JL like the internal struggle was, would JL write Tyler Boyd RD?
Oh,
and I think the answer is yes. Like for sure he would write that. Like this. So then I had to does it fit the category though? And I couldn't make that judgment.
Kind of.
In my diary tonight, I'm going to be writing today. JL rhymed the word rebuke with Ayuk. That's going in my diary tonight because that happened today. It was a very good puzzle, because we were very stumped, which is the goal of the host.
I don't want to do any of the things here. I don't want a single one of these players on my team. So I'll draft Michael Thomas.
Ooh, Tim's gonna lose it.
I mean, I was looking at him, but I'm good on receivers.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've got a solid receiving core.
What do I need?
And I think with kind of fits this older wide receiver value you can get in these rounds. Amari Cooper, Mike Williams, and Michael Thomas being my last 3 picks. All of those are players I can probably start in the coming year. No questions asked. Tyler Algier in the 10th round is interesting. Tim, JL drafted him in a draft earlier this week and was commenting on how excited he was to get that value. It was a dude who got 1,000 yards, and this offense is probably going to still be rush heavy. And I think people are maybe not excited because of Bijan Robinson. Where do you land on Tyler Algier?
I think they're gonna run the tread off the tires on Bijan. You don't take somebody that early and not run them as much as possible. Algier is going to get work, but I think at this point he's now splitting with the random cast and crew behind Bijan. So it's not for me, but I'm kind of avoiding him at this point.
Yeah. My concern is if the offense does change, which that offense last year was an anomaly by NFL, current NFL standards. But they also didn't make any crazy roster changes to signify that they're going to throw the ball significantly more. If they don't throw the ball significantly more, Algier still has to get 120 carries, which is not what he got last year, but that puts him in RB3 territory. So I'll take him here. But if that offense adjusts even somewhat closer to the mean, Algier could be in trouble. Joey, where do you stand on Algier and Bijan?
So last year, the Falcons, they gave the most touches to their running backs in the NFL. I'm looking at something like Bijan getting in his rookie season, probably about 350. Yay, I'm going to get who I want. Oh, no, I'm not. Scampers. About 350 total touches, where Tyler Algier gets about 150. So I think Algier still will be serviceable in deep leagues, probably, where you've got maybe 2 or 3 flex spots, but I don't think he can be a starting running back.
Yeah. I do like the value here. And if something does, one of the players that we've seen, a player in a backup role that we've seen find success as the starter. So if he does find himself in a position where he has to start, we've seen him do it successfully on that team. Joey going with the Green Bay rookie. Is it because you think he smells nice?
Mm-hmm. And I mentioned earlier about safety blankets. I think Reed is the perfect option there for Jordan Love to help develop more with his game.
Where do you land on Jordan Love? I've been finding myself rising on him at draft costs, especially in Superflex leagues.
He's going so late. It's hard not to take a flyer on him. Yeah,
he's a first round draft capital starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. It's hard for me not to take him whenever he's sitting there. Portland Sutton. Tim, I have considered him the last 3 rounds looking at my picks.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like he had the talent coming out of college. I think this is his best opportunity. So it's one and done for me. I'll avoid him after this season probably.
The trade rumors don't scare me off either. If anything, I think it could be a decent thing. Things haven't worked in Denver. Jerry Jeudy's getting the hype right now. If he ends up on another team, he already does have the talent. We've seen him show up in the NFL already for fantasy.
Yeah.
Nice QB pick, Tim.
Yeah. Mostly just to get that stack. I think the Broncos do turn it around with Peyton. So give him a shot. I think we're going to see better things out of him this season. So for the purposes of this, I got to have a quarterback on the roster. Let's do it.
Grab Russell Wilson. Joey grabbing Hendon Hooker. Joey, would you normally take him this high in a 1 QB league?
I just thought his name was Hooker and it was kind of funny. No,
you got Tim with that one.
Yeah. No, I do like what they're building there in Detroit. And if Jared Goff's not going to be the future of it and they do think Hendon Hooker, I'll take him in the 12th round because Hurts, I'm going to have him for a while. And
Hendon Hooker, welcome to the team. Swamp down here says quarterback I mentioned earlier hasn't been drafted yet. I'm guessing it's Deshaun Watson, maybe. As far as the quarterbacks talent wise that are left on the board.
I honestly, if we had a couple more rounds, I am totally happy waiting 2-3 more rounds to maybe grab Geno.
Yeah, there's 100%. I don't mind the Geno pick. Kirk Cousins is still on the board.
Yeah.
Jared Goff is probably going to be great next year. And Swamp said Dimes. Danny Dimes is the player he's got faith in.
I mean, they signed Geno to a 3-year extension and then didn't address their quarterback in the draft, period. They signed an undrafted free agent out of East Carolina, but I think Seattle's pretty happy with Geno. They're going to win games. Yeah, was that Tim?
I was just saying, no reason not to be.
Yeah, he fits that system really well. I don't think Russell Wilson is this Hall of Famer people think it is to be. I think Seattle's just a system for a system quarterback.
David Njoku, the last pick of the draft, going to Dame. Well, guys, that is going to be it for our mock draft show today. Thank you so much to everybody who came in and mock drafted with us. We got to get some more practice in. I'm realizing that I'm not nearly as comfortable as I was, and draft season is quickly approaching. So, guys, if you want to do more of these, make sure you're following us on Twitter at FrontYardFYF and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Front Yard Fantasy. That's where we're going to host all of these coming up over the next couple weeks. That's going to be it for us today, though. Hang out with us tomorrow. Tim and Joey will both be there for Fun Friday on the Fantasy Football Game Show at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I don't know.
We're doing Quiplash?
I think we're drafting. We could do Quiplash, maybe. You want to do some Quiplash tomorrow?
Either a draft or Quiplash. Tune in to find out what we do.
Let's think about it. Well, guys, that's going to be it for us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. See everybody tomorrow, and adios.
Swamp, if you snipe Jalen Waddle for me one more time, I swear to God.
He's coming for you. He's watching you.